I'm gonna warn you right now, this one is going to be uncomfortable. David Goggins grew up in poverty, abuse, racism. He had a learning disability. He was overweight. He was broken. And from that starting point, he became a Navy SEAL, an Army Ranger, an Air Force tactical controller. He ran over 60 ultramarathons, set pull-up world records. Not because he was gifted, not because he had a head start, because he learned to do one thing that almost no one else is willing to do. He learned to embrace suffering, not tolerate it, not survive it, use it as fuel. This is Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins, the most raw, honest, and brutally motivating book I have ever read. And today we're breaking it down in real American English, the kind of direct, powerful, no excuses English that built this country. Let's go. Goggins doesn't ease you in. He starts with the truth of where he came from, an abusive father, a childhood defined by fear and violence, moving constantly, struggling in school, being the only Black kid in a racist small town. By his 20s, he was 297 pounds, working as an exterminator, watching cockroaches at 2 a.m. He says in the book, "I was a victim. I had every excuse in the world." And he used them for years. The turning point came when he saw a Navy SEAL documentary on TV, and something inside him said, "That's what I want." Not because it was realistic. In fact, it was completely unrealistic. But he had finally found something worth suffering for, and that changed everything. Here's the lesson from chapter 1. Your starting point does not determine your destination, but your willingness to be honest about your starting point does. You can't change what you won't acknowledge. This is the idea that changed how I think about everything, the 40% rule. Goggins says when your mind is telling you that you're done, that you can't go any further, that you've hit your limit, you're actually only at 40% of your true capacity. The body has a governor, a built-in limiting system. It starts shutting things down way before you're actually done, to protect you, to conserve energy, to keep you safe. But safe doesn't build greatness. Goggins proved this over and over, running miles when his legs were failing, doing pull-ups until his hands bled, finishing races that destroyed other people. Not because he didn't feel it. He felt everything, every mile, every rep, every moment of wanting to quit. He just decided the feeling wasn't in charge. He was. The question isn't, can I keep going? The question is, who is making the decision, your mind or your will? Here's a concept that sounds harsh, but is actually the most compassionate idea in the book. Callusing the mind. When you work with your hands until they blister and bleed and then keep working, calluses form. Thick skin, tougher than before, capable of more. Goggins says the mind works the same way. Every time you do something hard that you didn't want to do, your mind gets a little tougher. Wake up at 4 a.m. when you want to sleep. Callus. Have the hard conversation you've been avoiding. Callus. Finish the workout when every cell in your body says stop. Callus. This is not about torturing yourself. It's about systematically expanding your tolerance for discomfort. Because life is going to bring you discomfort whether you train for it or not. The only question is whether you'll be ready. Goggins was not born tough. He built tough, one callus at a time. And so can you. This chapter is about one of the most powerful mindset shifts in the book. Goggins calls it taking souls. Here's what it means. When someone doubts you, disrespects you, or tries to break you, you don't fight back with words. You outperform them so completely that they have nothing left to say. During SEAL training, the instructors tried to break him constantly. Extra runs, extra punishment, extra pain. And Goggins made a decision. Every time they tried to break him, he would give more, not less, more. He would run harder, work longer, dig deeper, until they had no power over him. Because you can't hurt someone who uses your attacks as fuel. He says, I was taking their souls. I was making their attempts to break me into the very thing that made me unbreakable. That's the mindset. Your haters, your doubters, your circumstances, they're not obstacles, they're fuel. Use them. One of the most practical tools in the entire book, Goggins calls it the accountability mirror. Every morning, he stood in front of his mirror and told himself the truth. Not affirmations, not positive thinking, truth. This is where I am. This is what I'm avoiding. This is what I'm lying to myself about. No excuses, no justifications, just brutal honesty. He'd write his goals on Post-it notes and stick them on the mirror, and every day he had to look at them and ask, did I do what I said I was going to do? Not did I try, did I do it? This is harder than it sounds. Most people avoid mirrors, not the physical one, the internal one, the one that shows them exactly who they are versus who they claim to be. Goggins says the mirror never lies, and neither will your results. Stand in front of it, tell the truth, then go fix what you see. This is the tool Goggins uses when things get truly impossible, the cookie jar. Here's how it works. Every hard thing you've ever done, every battle you've won, every moment you survived goes in an imaginary jar. Every race you finished, every time you got back up, every dark night you made it through, they're all in the jar. And when you hit a wall, when your mind is screaming that you can't go on, you reach into the jar, you pull out a memory, and you say, I survived that. I made it through that, so I can make it through this. It sounds simple. It's not. Because when you're at your lowest, your brain only wants to show you evidence of failure. The cookie jar forces it to look at evidence of strength. You are more than your worst moment. You are the sum of every hard thing you've ever survived. And that sum is enormous. Use it. Here's what David Goggins wants you to know. He is not special. He was not gifted. He was not lucky. He did not have a head start. He had every reason to fail and zero reasons to succeed. And he became one of the most exceptional humans alive because he refused every single day to let his circumstances be his ceiling. You are using maybe 40% of what you're capable of. The other 60% is waiting. It doesn't care about your past, your excuses, your circumstances. It only asks one question. Are you coming for it or not? Subscribe to Luminae Minds for a new book every week. Real English, real ideas, no excuses. Thank you for watching. Now go get after it. I'll catch you in the next one.